What's up, everybody? It's HBT with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. And guys, I am here with some indie stars, man. And I'm talking about some indie stars, especially a couple of them here. And we got one who haven't really been in the business that long. Well, a couple of them haven't been in the business that long. I'm with my man, Quan Bailey. I'm with my man, James Self-Standard. And I'm with my man, Dusty Money. All these guys, man, I definitely appreciate and respect each and every one of the talents that each and every one of these guys bring to the table. And hey, man, we're gonna have a great night. CMW guys this weekend. Each one of you guys ready for your matches, my man?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, James, we just got finished talking to Mr. Lycan, man, Mr. Tony Lycan. He talked about, you did come on, you had some technical difficulties. I had technical difficulties too. So, but he went ahead and laid it down. We got the most part of everything that he wants to do. He talked about what he wants to do and what he's going to attempt to do to hold on to that title. And hey, you've been around CMW since pretty much the inception of it. And James, you know what it takes to win titles, and you with your booyah power and your booyah chant. I mean, you move in the crowd, you get things going, and let everybody know what you're gonna do, how you're gonna attempt to take this title away from Tony Lycan.
Well, for starters, my booyah power is not just a power; it's a way of life. It's my last shot at holding on to good faith that the good Lord gave. All right, I would rather be outrageously optimistic year-round than be questioning myself of whether or not I can do this.
Right.
The way I see it come Saturday, that faith is what's going to get me across the finish line. But me actually holding on to the title and what I plan to do with that championship reign is 100 times more important than actually winning it. All right.
Right.
So I'm looking at the bigger picture ahead. I'm not looking at just a match. I'm looking at my future here with that title.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man, you definitely have a great chance to win that title, because I have seen you and you have impressed me so much, not just at CMW, but APW. I'm talking about APW at Chester. And I know you wrestled at APW in Boiling Springs. I'm not sure. Yes, I have. I have seen you. I have been out there and saw you wrestle at APW Boiling Springs. It's just been a while, but I know you've been there since I haven't. You've been there when I haven't been there, but I probably was there probably twice when you was there. But man, yeah, you're definitely impressive, and you bring a unorthodox style to the ring. So that's one thing Tony's gonna have to overcome. But man, yeah, you are one of these guys that's out there to serve the people, and you are a people pleaser, and you will be one of these guys that will really represent that title well if you're able to take it off Tony Lycan. It's not going to be an easy task. We both know that, and I know you're up to the challenge.
Indeed, I am.
Yes. And can you let everybody know, man, how long you been in this business, James?
Well, I started working for the business in 2014, but I didn't have my first match until 2019.
Okay. So you about like a 4-year veteran, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Going into that. Okay. All right.
No,
well, I'll tell you what. You definitely can tell. Go ahead.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it was 4. Never mind. I had to do my math wasn't mathing.
Okay, but yeah, man, anybody that sees you know you have a love for the sport. You have a love for the game. You come in there, you're real, and you bring fire. You bring fire every time that you step in there, and I love that, man. Next, let's talk to Quan a little bit. Quan, man, Quan is incredible. Quan is incredible. First time I saw Quan was maybe about 2 years ago over at APW in Boiling Springs, and I was really impressed with Quan. I think you guys had a little invasion there. You came with the Sheik, I think. The Sheik brought his glory man out, or was it? And Octavius, I remember, come out one time too. He was wrestling. Yeah. I think you came out with that group, but you guys came out there, and I'm looking at you, and I think you was in a tag team. You was in with another guy, and Danny and I was up there. Was doing some commentary. Rest in peace to our man Danny Paris. But Danny, man, we was up there doing some commentary, and I'm checking him out. I'm like, the one right there with the dreadlocks, Quan. I like him. Quan he's got some talent. I like him, man. He brought the fire. He's real, and you was in there against some tough competitors. Got some veterans up there at APW, but you held your own, man. And then I saw you again. I think like a week or two later up there at APW, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, hey, this young man right here is going somewhere. So Quan, man, let us know what you how you plan on throwing down come this Saturday night.
This Saturday night, I'm gonna defend the CMW Carolina title. I bought the title since 2019 from another independent team in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm the first original guy that brought in the title in the first place and stole the show, the whole independent thing. This Saturday, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and with me, I'm gonna decimate someone. Literally, finish.
Okay, well,
in the
Rock Solid is in your way, and Rock Solid, man, he's gonna come for real, and we both know what he is. He's a brawler. He's a big man, so he's gonna come like a tornado, man. He's gonna come to knock you down. He is a hurricane. But I tell you what, I believe in you, man. You got the quickness on him, and that's not saying that he's not quick. Rock Solid is quick, but he's quick, and I think you have the athletic advantage. So that right there should propel you. It might propel you to holding on to your title. So, man, I look forward to this match, Quan.
Yeah, definitely I will. Keep on in this title. And I fought every wrestler and veteran all the way for the last 13 and a half years in the business since 2010. Yeah.
Okay, so 2010, 13 years. So I didn't have to ask him that. My man Quan went ahead and said how long he's been in the business. And, Quan don't look that old. He really doesn't look that old. Just like each and every one of you guys don't look as old as you would think you guys are being in the business. Because I know a lot of you guys start off in the business very young, man. But, yeah. You and James Self-Standard on this card really excites me because you guys are on the level of this next guy that I'm talking to. And this guy right here I'm about to talk to next, in my opinion, he is the fire, man. He is not just probably one of the most incredible wrestlers at APW, Boiling Springs, or at CMW in Greenville, man. This guy right here is one, I'll have to say, in the Carolinas, and Dusty, and this is no cap, man. I'm not blowing no smoke. I'm not fronting here. Chris and I, we've seen so many wrestlers in the Carolinas. We have went and recorded, and we have commentated at 15 different promotions in the Carolinas. We've did commentary and promotions in in 3 up in Georgia. And this dude right here, Dusty Money, I have to say, is one of the top 5 talents that I've seen. And I'm not, like I say, no cap. That's what I really believe. I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, wow, when I first started seeing him. And all this time that when we first started going, I only saw Dusty every now and then. Dusty would compete, but he wouldn't compete every single week. And I'm like, where in the world is this guy? And I knew Jay Eagle, hey, he has that blood relations with Jay Eagle, but I did not see Dusty every week. But I'm like, man, this guy is incredible. And I'm glad that I'm seeing a lot more of you, Dusty. Dusty will be throwing down this weekend. And Dusty, who is your opponent this weekend? You got Mayhem McQueen. We talked to Mayhem McQueen. We talked to Mayhem a little bit earlier today. And Mayhem is talking to me about what he's going to do to try to take you out. And I'm telling you what, as far as Dusty, look, I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to go ahead and pump you up a little bit more because, hey, it's not a pump up, man. I'm really excited. I love seeing you along with other guys, man, from APW. I don't care what anybody say about you guys outside of that. Even though me and Jet got our little heat going on right now, and Jet Mars, AJ Frost, and Nick Fury, hey, you 4 guys, man. y'all are four of the guys that kept me in this business because, I came back after a lot of years. I left wrestling, didn't really care about it, but you guys have really made me enjoy the sport along with your father, Jay Eagle. But Dusty, go ahead and roll with it, man. Let us know what you plan on doing this Friday to Mayhem McQueen.
First off, I just want to thank you, Harry, for all them nice words. And
No problem, my man.
It don't come easy. I grew up in the business. I mean,
Yes.
I've been doing it since I was old enough to get in the ring. I've been getting in the ring. Since I was old enough to play on them ropes, I've been playing on them ropes.
Yes, so, you have.
When I'm in that squared circle, I'm very much at home. I'm very comfortable. And I'm going to tell you, as far as Mayhem McQueen, this won't be the first time we've threw down, and it won't be the last time, I'm sure, because we're from around the same area. But I got Mayhem's number. I got his number already. I know what I got to do to get the pin on him, and it's going to happen. And he's ready. He's a fierce competitor. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Hey, he's a boy that he can move like I can move if he wants to.
Yeah, but and he's a guy that don't give up, man. That's one thing I said to him. He doesn't give up.
Hey, I wouldn't rather be in there with anybody besides Mayhem McQueen because I know I'm gonna get a fight when he gets in there.
Exactly. Well, man, I look forward to it. I really look forward to it. Dusty, you know, like you just said, you've been around the business for a long time. You know, ever since you've been around those ropes, you roll with your daddy. Your dad been in the business a long time. I've been watching your father. I think the first time I saw your father was in the late 70s or maybe the early 80s. But, you know, I've seen him use different names. I remember when he went by Jerry Eagle. So I remember him, and I think I remember him going by something else that wasn't Eagle or anything like that. But I have been watching him for a long time. So when I came back in the business, and when Chris was telling me that he was going up to Eagles, because I didn't even know your dad had an independent wrestling association, because I pretty much, like I said, I did not watch wrestling for a long time, man. After WCW went down, and I was just basically a casual fan. I turn on TNA and WWE every now and then. I was just basically a casual fan. I did know about Brody Chase's thing in Greenville because, like I said, Chris went and worked with Brody Chase there for a while, wrestled there a little bit. You know, he got involved in that, got trained and did a little bit of wrestling. So I did know about Brody Chase. But that's basically it. I knew there was some other independent wrestling around the upstate, but I pretty much did not pay much attention to it. But I already knew about your dad, and I remember him on Mid-Atlantic TV when I was growing up a little bit, when he pretty much was going through that. But man, he's been around a long time, and so I know you have come up in the business. How long you been professional as far as when you took your first step into that ring?
Since I was 17 years old, I've been wrestling. So I'm 35. That's 18 years.
Wow, 18 years in the business, man. That's outstanding.
Years. Wow.
Yeah. So wow, and still rolling along good, man. And you still young enough to really make big time strides, even more strides than what you already made.
Can you believe that when I started, I was scared to go out in front of the crowd? In my first 2 or 3 matches, I was the Crimson Dragon.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's you getting those jitters. When you get jitters like that, you know it's something that you love and that you want to go out and you want to serve the people. You want people to say, hey, man, that was nice. What this guy came in and did, that really warmed my heart. It was worth me paying my money. It was worth me putting my time on going out to see him. So that right there just goes to show your love for the business, Dustin. And you're not just getting in there. You just wasn't getting in there just because your dad is doing it. So Dusty, man, I praise you for that. And wow, I look forward to Saturday night. And you, like I said, you've been around CMW for a while. You're one of these guys who want to lift this thing up. And
yes, sir.
Man, we definitely appreciate that. Like I said, I'm just coming in. Octavius, asked Chris and I to come in this thing a while back to help him out. And I'm like, hey, why not? I see this young man he really has a love for the business, and he wants to do something special. He wants to get it to where he can run in Greenville maybe, every week. Just like we have APW up in Boiling Springs. And when we have somebody that's that dedicated, and you know what that kind of dedication means. Your dad, sir. he ran APW for over 40 years, and every single week And so, in my opinion, that's why nobody, in my opinion, no promoter, nobody out here can say anything about Jay Eagle. Even though a lot of people try to say something to me about Jay Eagle and why are you doing this, Harry? Why are you over there supporting? I don't want to hear it because 40 years. I'm like,
my daddy was never late to a show, and he never missed a show.
Wow. And I'm like, this man did it every week. When you can do it every week, then come talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Then come talk to me. But he did it every week. And Jay Eagle is he's still involved in this in the business. He's still active. And man, I love my man Jay Eagle because he's always treated me and Chris with the highest respect. And I mean, he's a friend. He's a friend. And man, I love him to death. But Dusty, whenever you want to introduce Jerry, bring him on, man. Bring Jay Eagle on here.
Jerry Eagle, the greatest wrestler of all time. Even with WWE, WCW, NWA, Jay Eagle.
Yes.
So the guy rock solid. I'll be waiting for him for this Saturday.
No doubt. Look forward to Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, what's going on, my man?
Gotta be y'all.
Hey, buddy.
Jay?
You coming? Jay, you know Quan, you know James Self-Standard. They have worked for you. They have been over there and rolled with you at your shows, man. And Dusty, I just got finished talking to your son, who I look at as one of the future stars. Well, not just future star. He's already an Indy star. But man, I'm one of these guys who want to propel him to the next level. And man, you have done a great job with him. And hey, he's rolling in your footsteps, Jay. Rolling in your footsteps, man.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I look forward to you to what you're gonna bring this Saturday night. And just like I told everybody, I talked to Kevin a little bit earlier, told Octavius, hey, I don't worry about Jay Eagle, what he's gonna say. This man knows how to serve a crowd. He knows how to come out there and please the audience. Whether he's a heel or a face, this guy right here, he's gonna give you 100% because he loves this business. You've given your life to it.
It's all I've ever known, Harry. It's all I've ever known. If I can make it 10 more years, it'll be 50 years in the ring.
Oh, wow, man. And I tell you what, all prayers to you and all blessings to you to make it to that. And, hopefully.
One thing, talking about Greenville, I'm not coming looking for no belts, no titles, no trophies, no blue ribbons. I'm coming to hurt somebody.
I hear you.
That Brian Bullet, I beat him ugly, but somebody beat me to it. So
Jay, you know what, Jay?
Brian
Bullet.
Jay, you are one of the guys who helped beat him ugly because I tell you what, you have had plenty of battles with him over the years.
Yeah.
So you one of the proponents
he started out as a fan in the crowd, so I drug him in the ring and wore him out.
Yeah.
That's why he's already wore out.
There you go.
All right. Well, I tell you what. I know
that Quan Bailey tell him I said, what's up?
Yeah, Quan Bailey. Yeah, you heard him, Quan.
Oh, Quan Bailey been at APW, and I was a champ 7 in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm traveling everywhere, wrestling every promotion from New York down to Florida every week.
That's great
everywhere.
Quan, I heard you had a new pretty girlfriend. You bring her on over.
My baby mama.
Eagle wants to meet her.
Yeah, I hear you, Chief. And James got a nice girlfriend too, or
she'll be there.
Yeah,
I know his girlfriend's like a youngin' to me. I've known.
Yeah. Brianna loves you, man. She does. She really does.
She's a good.
She's special. Love her to death. Yeah. But I tell you,
she will be at the show Saturday.
It's gonna be great to see each and every one of you guys. And wow, man, I'm so happy that I've seen each and every one of you. I've seen each and every one of you, and like I said, Jay Eagle, along with so many others over there at APW, is what kept me into this thing and kept me interested in keeping this podcast going because the same people, there's people that came and hey, like I said, I'm not, afraid to say it, and I'm pretty sure some of these people are going to be listening. They didn't
Well,
want me
one
involved.
thing-
They didn't want me and Chris
one-
to stay involved. Go ahead, bro.
One thing about APW, the guys wrestle every week. They don't wrestle once a month or once every
Every
couple of months.
week.
So they stay geared up and ready to go all the time.
Exactly. And that's what I told Dustin. I said, look, I said, Dusty, I said, man, and that's what I've told so many other promoters. And Jay, me and Chris, we know a lot of them. We've been around a lot of them. And I told any other promoter, but there's only a couple. And, maybe he done said some things out of the way. And I told him flat out, don't you ever say anything about Jay Eagle. Don't say anything about APW until you do it every week. You do it every week. This man done it for over 40 years. You do it every week like him, then you can come talk to me. You can come talk to me after you do it for 40. You do it every single week. Putting on a show once a month, every 6 weeks, every 2 months, 3 months. Hey, of course you can come up with something decent.
Well, when we wasn't at APW, I was working for somebody else. So we really got a lot. I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Oh yeah, that's it. And yeah, you like I said, you went around and you worked other places too. And I have so much respect for that. But man, it takes a lot to run a business like that and run the wrestling business and to be able to continue to come up with things and run storylines week in and week out.
And
not many people can do that.
You're dealing with the guys too. Some of them don't
exactly.
Some of them do. You got to kind of know that too.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we in a different generation. Not putting down Quan or my man James Self-Standard, but hey, we know Jay. These guys are totally different, man. They're different. It's different personalities than your generation, my generation, the baby boomers and Generation X. We're dealing with these millennials and we're dealing with Generation Z now, and they are totally different. So you got to come at these guys a different way, and you know that, and you pretty much have dealt with it. But I tell you what, they all have a heart for the business, and I love it. These young people, they have a heart for the business, and they want to see it. They want to see it get back to the levels that it was before, and that's what this is about.
You just tell Brian Bullitt to go ahead and get the rescue squad lined up to pick him up. So go ahead and measure how long he is, so we can have all that ready. I sure will,
Jay. Definitely will. But Jay. So Jay went ahead and gave his final words. But Jay, go ahead and tell him exactly how long you've been in the business, real quick, man. Just let everybody know.
48 years. If I make it 2 more, I'd say I wrestled for 50 years.
Yeah, 50 years. And I tell you what, you can see a lot of things that Jay Eagle did here on YouTube, man. You can go to old classic wrestling. There's classic wrestling channels, and there's all kind of things where you can, and look him up on YouTube. Look him up. Look up Jay Eagles. You might find him on the Jerry Eagle. And I think he wrestled up on a couple other synonyms over the years. So definitely look up my man Jay Eagle. You'll find a lot of things on Jay Eagle. And like I told Dustin, I said, man, look, I remember your dad from a long time ago, and I've seen him under a couple other things. I say, when I remember when our man Danny Paris was showing me things and talking to me about you. And when Chris, as soon as Chris told me he was going up there, I like, oh yeah, I know Jay Eagle, man. Of course. Hung out with Wahoo McDaniel over the years and everything. Because, like I told Dusty, I said, look, I really didn't even know that you were running that thing out there in Spartanburg. Only one that I really knew about was Brody Chase, because Chris was over there training with Brody Chase and doing some things with him years ago. And I had got out of wrestling because after WCW went down, and I just watched it occasionally. I became one of these casual fans, and I'm talking about very casual, that would turn on the TV every now and then and get disgusted. But if I knew APW was going on, and I'm looking at a lot of these old tapes, because Nick Fury, man, Sean put all kind of things, all kind of old footage up and all the stuff that Danny has gave me. I look at all the stuff that you guys did, man, it was incredible. I'm like, that right there take me back to yesteryear. I would have been watching that. I probably would have been up there every Saturday, out in APW, and I know you guys been in different locations, but I definitely would have been out there checking you guys out because you guys brought what I wanted to see.
Well, just come on over Saturday night and drag Brian Bullitt's carcass out of the ring, because we got.
I hear you. All right,
Thank you
6:30.
guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, Jay. We appreciate it, man.
Right.
Have a good night. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, 635 Hayward Road. Come on out to see Jay Eagle, my man Quan Bailey, my
All right.
man James Self Standard. Guys, go ahead and give your last words on what you guys want to talk about. Give us your last words about coming on out. Just invite the fans on out, man, to come see great action. Come see you guys. Let them know.
Quan, you first.
But this weekend, I would love to see all the fans to come out and support for the wrestling show. This is going to be another WrestleMania Super Bowl moment and the NBA final. It looked like a big something is big about to happen this Saturday. You can't miss it. You got to come and check it out.
No doubt. No doubt.
Come and check it out. Magic happen.
Yeah, it's going to be great. All right, James. Roll with it.
So I just thought about it, but I am undefeated at Destination Glory.
Oh,
First one, I beat Doug Riley. Last year, as James Elf Standard, I retained my legacy title against Rock Solid. And now watch this year. This year, I'm going to make it a three-peat with all my self-standard soldiers in attendance. Coming out to the Relentless Center in Greenville, South Carolina. This boy from a Kakalaki is going to be giving Tony Lycan a good old smackalaki, while I continue to be outrageously optimistic year round. And I'm totally taking that belt with me in the Christmas parade this year. Yeah. Booyah.
Booyah. All right. Come on out. Check out all the stars, man, of CMW. Hey, we are going to the top. We're taking this thing to the top. And this Saturday night, man, it's going to be an explosion that you haven't seen before. And when people leave this, they're going to say, hey, that was something different. That's not the same CMW that I saw before. It's the same guys, but hey, they took it to another level. They rolled this thing up to, they rolled it up into that bomb quality, man. Hey, it's blowing up, and that's what's going to happen. But hey, we will see each and every one of you out 635 Hayward Road. Come on out. Enjoy the festivities. It's going to be fire, man. Straight fire. Talk to you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.